Alex Elliott here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about how you can be super accurate with your longer irons and get that pure downwards hit. It's hard, isn't it? It's so tempting when we get a longer iron to try and scoop it up into the air. Also, it's very, very cold today, so we've got these. These are absolutely essential, aren't they?
Yes,
right, absolutely essential, keeping your hands warm. Okay, so what I want you to do is we're going to need one of your longest irons, and get in those comments down below what is the longest iron that you carry, because I think it's interesting. I think some people are sort of filtering over from being with a hybrid, from being with a long iron. It'll be interesting to hear what you guys are using right now. So I'm just going to place this alignment stick here right now. Okay, so this alignment stick is roughly, if I put it in the right space, is roughly cutting me in half, right? What I see is for most golfers is there's sort of two categories. We've got that golfer who's really trying to hit down on it, so the middle of the pelvis, middle of their chest is past this line, really past this line. It always becomes too much of a downwards hit, and we're almost hitting, like, squashing the ball into the ground. We've then got that other golfer who's back of this line, trying to get this ball up into the air. So any time that we're leaning back, one, we're going to leave ourselves susceptible to those fats. We're going to be susceptible to those thins as well. But also we've got a lack of rotation, which means this club face could actually point right, actually could point left. So we're compromising not only strike, but also club face direction. Where's this club face pointing? So for being more accurate, we need to get in that situation where we've got hips open, chest just behind it, and hitting down on this golf ball. So that's exactly what we're going to get through into your golf game today. So if you're watching this at home, save this video, potentially take it to the range, but also download the PDF so you can take all that information with you. The link to that is down below. Usually I put it in the comments bit, so clever click on that, or in the description. We're going to need now a second alignment stick. What I want us to do is I want you to put one alignment stick just ahead of your golf ball, okay? So I've roughly put those two alignment sticks, a golf ball, ahead of each other, okay? We could actually do this lying, if you're at the range and you've got a mat, just lying two golf clubs down on the ground, or two different coloured alignment sticks on the ground. And what these are going to signify is middle of your pelvis, where we want that to be, and where we want our chest to be. Now we've done something similar with driver, but this is now with an iron, and we're going to see how we want these both to be not behind the ball too much, not to be too much ahead of the ball, and it gives you the best chance of actually hitting with some compression. Okay, so watch me right now. If I can see clearly my golf ball's directly in the middle of there. I've got ball position for my 3-iron. Roughly I like to have it a club head inside my left heel. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you just to open up the hips, so your middle of your pelvis or your belt buckle feels like it's sort of on this red. I want you to feel like your chest is just behind the golf ball. Also, to help me, what I've done here is I've used the line on my golf ball to signify the middle of this alignment stick. So I use this line on the golf ball to point directly into the middle. So I'm sort of splitting this golf ball in half, and all I'm imagining looking down at this golf ball is, can I get my middle of my belt buckle ahead of it and my chest just on the back edge of it? Because this gives me the best chance of being somewhere like this. Too far ahead of it, standing up, I can't get my hands ahead of the golf ball. Too far behind it, again, I can't get my hands ahead of the golf ball. So address the ball, just shuffle so your club head sits inside it, and just make some little short waggles, getting a feeling of how you have to organise your body to get your middle of your pelvis ahead, middle of your chest behind, okay? Now I'm going to bring in what I'm feeling with my hands. So I'm going to feel very much this motion. Logo of my glove pointing to target. Bring this all together now. Very much like this. This is what we've got to feel. This is what we've got to feel. How can we build this into a drill now to give you the best chance of creating this? Really nice and simple. What we're going to learn to do now is on the range is we're going to press it in, feel it, back, hit it, pose it. So what I'm really looking for you to be able to do here is create a ball then divot strike. I'm also looking for you to hit more of a lower ball flight, so that is you taking loft off the golf club, so our dynamic loft will be reduced and we're hitting down on it. We should start to feel that strike become a lot crisper, a lot of that crisper noise. We should start to see that dispersion of our golf ball becomes much more narrower. You bring these both factors in, we're going to be allowed to be a lot more accurate. So we're going to hit one from the tee here, and then we're going to go down for a second approach shot. I'm going to do the same thing but off the fairway, and just talk through how we can apply that to a little bit of a shorter iron as well. So if you're doing this right now, we can obviously leave these alignment sticks in the ground, but like I said, we can just turn our golf ball this way, and we're going to picture what side of the golf ball we want to be. Hips slightly ahead, chest slightly behind. That is how we get into that position of being able to be palm down and pressure, not palm up and standing up. Right, we are down in the fairway now. Found the fairway, fairway finder. Come down to this face-on perspective before we hit it down this beautiful shot here. We've now got 180 into a terribly cold wind, so it's even more important that we strike this golf ball and divot into a cold wind like this. If we're a little bit scoopy or a little bit this way and we don't quite strike it, bad ball flight is going to be really accentuated off the wind either way. So if you look at this in another aspect right here, what we're trying to do is really nice and simple. This is what I want you to think about on the range. If you ever take a video from face on, middle of the pelvis ahead of the ball, middle of the chest just behind, and our shaft angle roughly going straight through both of these lines, or definitely through this red, so on this slight angle. So I kind of think of this as our framing of the golf ball. So we can sort of stand in this position, feel this, and if you do this, you can really see how now every single time I'm contacting that ball and that divot contact down at the ground. If I was the other way, I couldn't do it. If I was too much this way, I would do it, but I wouldn't feel as much pressure. So if you're at home, I would just suggest getting in here, hips open, chest behind, feel it, keep rocking it, keep feeling it, getting the feeling of that right palm down with pressure, not up into the air. Really nice way to get that strike on the golf ball. Okay, this is going to be extremely hard shot. Let's give it a go. So I'm definitely going to feel a little bit of a pre-shot routine. Ahead, 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 logo of my glove to target. Picture the framing. This is going to need to be ripped here. Whoa. Be the club, go! Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you really enjoyed that feeling of getting some pressure, using those 2 checkpoints, and that's going to allow you to start striking your irons great off the tee if you're using it as a safety shot, but also tough situations like that, 4 irons into wind where being a little bit back foot or being too much ahead of it, it's going to be really detrimental. If you did enjoy this video, as always, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Also, get in those comments down below. Masters week, Masters Friday. I look forward to seeing you over the weekend.